Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is showtime. How'd you like that? Spicy, huh? All right, not so much. Wrong one. That one. Guild Wars 2. And which race will it be? It will be Char. I'm using the die of destiny, of course. Males are even-tempered and females are just odd. Female. That's 2 11s in a row. The odds of that are, well, 1 in 400 if we're counting 11s, but getting the same thing twice in a row is only 1 in 20. Class. A 1. Which is almost the same as an 11. A Guardian. Random is as random does. That's a looker. $15. We always go with ferocity because so we can remember. I am proud to be 11 again, which is that one. And 1 again. So 6 rolls, I think 5 were 11s or 1s. Dad was a sorceress. Shaman. It works. And so we're off. It'll probably be a pretty fast Keyfarm because we have an XP bonus going on. At least fast 1 to 10. Storyline stuff takes longer.
Nothing like the spoils of war.
Nothing like the spoils of war, indeed. Camera control. Thank you for reminding me. New orders, huh? Well, okay, for the legions. Yeah, we'll wipe them off the map, for sure. So, I'm very happy with my stream title in that it is the biggest, obvious, most blatant, clickbaity title I could come up with. I clearly label it as a lie, and yet still pretty baity. Okay, the doors are not open yet, so... Oh, nope, that's still not open. So there are at least 3 of us, 4 of us? 4 of us running around waiting for the doors to open. 5 of us, I think. That's been a while since I've seen that many people around, either for Keyfarms or new characters. Either, new characters. Either for the Keyfarm or for realsies. Open the door! Let me in! Yeah, 5 of us. Definitely been a while since, at least, I don't run that many, at the Char.
We're going to hit Baron so hard it'll take him weeks to get here. Pull him out.
Yes, sir, Ritlock, sir. remember the last time, hey, Lone Star Wolf, that I saw 5 people, 5 actual players doing what's his face fight, Baradin fight. Yeah, he'll destroy us all, blah 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 blah. So unsurprisingly, Friday has got a lot of Guild Wars players, 1 and 2, worked up. I just hope that they don't disappoint. It doesn't have to be Guild Wars 3, but it better be big. Historically, Guild Wars marketing has been hilariously either insufficient or completely invisible. So they finally get someone in marketing who knows. Boom, boom. Hey, Lone Star Wolf. That's what she said, indeed. Finally get someone in marketing who knows what they're doing, and hopefully they're not overselling. You know, us Guild Wars players are used to them basically giving us nothing. They're finally giving us something real and substantial in terms of marketing, and it makes us think, well, it must be Guild Wars 3. It's the common thing. I happen to agree that it has to be Guild Wars 3 or something equally big. It doesn't have to be Guild Wars 3, but it's gotta be big. With an XP bonus available right now is a good time for anyone looking at leveling, or also a good time for anyone who needs mastery. So maybe tomorrow I'll do some more of the newer content to finish up at least one of the 2 new masteries. Hey, Nod Knox, how you doing? I hope you're heading in towards what will be a lovely summer. Heart complete, level complete, level 4. I'm a leveling machine, you know. And we must have just hit 5 p.m. No. Oh, it's defaulted to the turtle. How fun. Time to hit the script. Stop that. So I just hope that they don't disappoint. Doing fine. Most of the prep work for summer's done. Just need to fence the new orchard. It's a very different life from the one I lead. Come on, let me shoot the damn cannon again. Thank you. We'll run up here and... Okay, maybe not run. We'll float. And back. Somebody firing my cannons. Stop it. Curses. There we go. Heart complete. Level complete. There is a big XP bonus right now. 50%. So the leveling will be fast today, I expect. Let us go to something a bit more amenable, shall we say. We'll go with the Jackal. We don't want to be repetitive, and, you know. Always with the flying mount. So dull. So boring. Both satisfied where we are? Do you have dreams of doing other types of farming besides keys? Oh, nice. That's a very nice segue. That's full marks. Am I going to bash any dragons? I will be bashing the dragons later. Absolutely. No, but I can understand the allure. Even though I know it's not for me. The attraction of the less urban existence. My family had a cabin in Northern California, very rural area. Hey, fat buddy. You know, so I have experienced it for weeks at a time. My family went there basically every summer, usually for at least 2 weeks. You know, it's a cabin with propane for lanterns for the lights in the place, and for an actual stove. But if we needed heat, for instance, we had a potbelly iron stove. Come on, we don't need much more. No, there was no electricity. The neighbors had a generator. They didn't always fire it up, but when they did, they had electricity. I got a lot of reading done on those trips. New pants, but I can't wear them. It's too bad. They look like they'd be very slimming on me. Still have one of those as a backup in the house. But it makes sense. Oh, we've got an event. Another level. My dad, when he was a kid, spent summers in the area, Mount Lassen, in Northern California, and loved it. His dad, my granddad, was worked for the U.S. Forest Service, and so he worked with the logging camps in the area. My dad loved fishing, just loved getting away from it all in a very old-fashioned way. Reading sounds more fun than clearing. That's what your uncle always had you. Yeah, well, I had to do some of that too. We always needed to clear around the cabin, all of the fire hazards, so all of the pine needles and stuff. A lot of times there would still be snow on the front deck that had to be cleared. So I've shoveled snow. Almost never did it snow while we were there, but I have shoveled snow and also removed up to like 2 or 3 inches of ice that had formed under the snow. Two-hander and new pants, as is tradition around here when we get a new item of attire. And this is going to be so much easier now that they have added the current tab. Yay! Finally. We will randomize the dies. Sure, those will work. Dark Machinist, good evening, DM. Got a lot of logging to do this summer, autumn. Recently found out you have 20x more forest than you need, and the wife knew about that. That needs looking after. Gotcha.
Get your paws off my garbage, you stinking senators!
Now, the Mount Lassen area is really interesting because until Mount St. Helens went off, Lassen was the last continental volcano to go up. And that was around 1920 or so, 15, can't remember for sure. And so the Mount Lassen area has all kinds of active volcanic stuff going on, from a lake of sulfuric acid to fumaroles and hot springs and all kinds of cool, nifty stuff. Which is why my family, I always thought, was making the wiser choice that Yosemite was popular destination and Lassen was pretty much unknown at the time. But I always thought that Lassen was way cooler because it had all that neat stuff. Sure, Yosemite's got some incredible, spectacular scenery and stuff. Whoop, new dies. Again. But Lassen had all the cool volcanic stuff. And the dies say, that's not particularly felicitous choice, but we take what we give us. They give us coral, cobalt, and abyssal flame. Wow, that may be one of the few things that actually abyssal flame doesn't look good on. It's a really good die. The event was successful. With my assistance, of course, you know. Flame Legion Punk. Flame Legion Punk. We may get the announcement on Friday. They have, for the first time in memory, have done really good teasing and marketing for an announcement coming on Friday, where if it's not something big, Guild Wars 3 or something equally, significant, the Guild Wars community is going to shit all over them. The general consensus is Guild Wars 3. I'm not ready to say Guild Wars 3, but I do think it has to be something big. It may not have the Guild Wars 3 name, We know they have trademarked Mistbound. So it could be something like Guild Wars Mistbound. Or Guild Wars 3 Mistbound. Or just Mistbound. Although I don't think they would go with just Mistbound. I think they would want to tie it directly in. They also, on Monday when they dropped the teaser, they also opened up a new Discord, a Guild Wars Discord for Guild Wars 1 and 2 players. They sent to a whole bunch, not all, but a bunch of the partners. They sent them each a poster with a still picture of what was in the teaser, a background that definitely looks like a pre-sinking ore, and the tagline, "Plant your banner." Also, Mistbound sounds like a hero shooter a la Concord. Well, the thing is, Mistbound is, I think, is a hanger on to where we are in the storyline for the new expansion. I don't know if you've been playing or following the new expansion. New expansion has a seemingly not a bad guy, although he is the antagonist, named Vlox, who has acquired a really big, important, powerful magical item and wants to fix what he sees as the fundamental problems with the world. And so my belief is that he's going to do something, we don't really know what, and it will cause something like the mists to shatter into a billion little facets, every one a separate little world, say. And that we have to go into them. And that's where I think we get Mistbound. Now, again, this is pure speculation. And my Guild Wars 3 confirmed is both a lie and complete bait. I think Guild Wars 3 is coming, whether it's called Guild Wars 3 or not. Good evening to you. But on Friday, we get to find out. They are... Whatever is happening during the Summer Games Fest. So a whole shitload of people will be watching. And now is definitely the time to announce an MMO. As with, New World getting deprecated. And, every new Asian junk MMO gets a huge spike of new players because people are desperate for a new MMO, and then they just move on when it doesn't have any depth. I actually don't know what time the Summer Games Fest is. I may do a co-stream on that, unofficially, of course. But the Guild Wars community, both 1 and 2, has gone bugfuck crazy. And the way I described it is I'm not hyped, because we really don't know. We don't know what, we don't know when. If it's coming in 3 years, even if it's Guild War 3, am I going to be around for that? I hope so, but who knows? So am I still going to be capable of playing an MMORPG? Probably, but my body continues to fall apart apace. So I'm not hyped, but the way I described myself was hyper aware about what's going on. They're hyper attentive to what's going on, but not hyped. Hopeful. I hope it's Guild Wars 3. I don't want it to just be an updated version of Guild Wars 2 with some additional stuff. That's why I actually came up with odds. All right, 20% chance that it's an expansion. And in this case, an expansion might include a new paradigm for expansions. Instead of the 1 year thing, they're going to be doing bigger, more ambitious stuff. So that's a 20% chance, but I don't think that's it. 10% chance is the card game. They've been rumored to be working on a card game for years. But I don't think they would make a big deal out of that, and I don't expect that that would necessarily have the tagline, "Plant your banner." I think it is a 40% chance. Summer Game Fest Live Showcase, June 5th, 2 p.m. Pacific. 5. Thank you. Thank you very much, actually. 40% chance is, I think, it's a direct sequel. Guild Wars, it is Guild Wars 3, and it is a direct sequel, maybe some number of years in the future, with a lot of significant systemic changes to the way things work. 2 more items. But still recognizably a sequel to Guild Wars 2. And a 30% chance for the one I think I actually most am hoping for, which is an MMORPG, probably titled Guild Wars 3, but in some ways as different from Guild Wars 2 as Guild Wars 2 was from the original Guild Wars. Lots of deep, widespread, foundational, fundamental changes to the game. Still an MMORPG, but not just a sequel, with a lot of new mechanics and approaches and a more broad thing than just simply a relatively straightforward upgraded Guild Wars 3. So those are my odds. 10% card game, 20% expansion, possibly change in expansion paradigm, 30% as different from Guild Wars 2 as Guild Wars 2 was from Guild Wars 1, but still Guild Wars and an MMORPG, and a 40% chance that it is Guild Wars 3 with some deep fundamental changes, but still fundamentally a sequel. That has been my TED Talk. What level am I? I'm level 9. Well, we are going to drive around hitting waypoints and POEs and stuff like that to get us to level 10, and then we will move on to the Keyfarm, finish the Keyfarm up, and then we'll be doing some bashing the dragons, yo. But it is safe to say that the Guild Wars community, the content creators, the partners, have gone a little bit nuts. Oh, there's a POI at least in here. Oh, is the event going on? It is. Was that the end of the event? No. Okay, there we are. So, interesting times to be a Guild Wars 2 player and content creator. All right, that is level 10. Pick up tooth. Picked up a tooth. Oh, okay, it was just one of those thingies. Got it. They're still coming. I can't leave while the Minotaurs are charging. If I were to leave when the Minotaurs were charging, they would just be a bunch of bull. I apologize for that.
And I deserve it too.
Okay, close enough. Oh, I'm in combat. Of course I am. Why am I in combat? How long did it take them to kill that last one that I didn't kill? Too long. So, along with my theory about new and improved greatsword, sure, I'll take that. We don't need two of them, though. Oh, come on! Seriously. The addition of the current tab to the fashion tab is a big improvement, but it's still not perfect or necessarily even good. New boots. New boots is new attire. That's new dyes. Back to here. Not much of a change, really, from slightly blue to slightly green. Let me sell my butter. It's like butter. So we don't have much. What we have is the sort of animated, slightly animated panoramic view of what looks like maybe like the ruins of the walls of Ascalon. If you ever played Guild Wars 1, which were very airy sort of arches, right? But also, you've got the ruins of that, but you also have a large city that has the sort of arches, the sort of circular arches that you saw in Ore, except the city is not ruined. So you've got those sort of contrary things. Ruined Ascalon, but unruined Ore, what appears to be Parquet. You have the plant your banner motto, but also there was another motto, something about sea and something like that. I can't remember really at all what it was. So we have a really limited amount of information, and everyone is speculating like crazy, and that includes me. I am not immune to the speculation. The plant your banner seems like assuming it's a new game, one that's going to emphasize open world and exploration, which are the things I like best about Guild Wars 2. So it would make sense that that would be what I would hope for and what I would sort of predict. My speculation is more likely to run to the things that I personally am interested in.
Shame that the Battle of Smokestead nearly wiped out your war.
Maybe with elements of
Stopping our
survival crafting type games.
Yes, Tribune. I owe my
So
survival
us
written
investigating the, as I described, the sort of shattered facets of the mists that are out there.
Still, the
Different
Evac
worlds,
was lost in the fight.
different versions of
So your war
Tyria,
plans that you lead
where
on.
ore never sank, where humans never arrived, where Joko rules the world, that kind of thing.
I have an operation for you.
Plant your banner and claim the new homestead, or start building
We have hostiles incoming.
As-
Ready for battle.
like a fractal. Well, yeah, exactly. Like basically, fractured bits and pieces of the mists to investigate. But instead of them being like dungeons, they're more like individual maps that we get to explore and experience. And I think Dune Awakening showed that you can have a very MMORPG experience that is fully
Well done, Legion.
implemented into a survival crafting
As for
game.
you, Fenrir,
So I'm kind of hoping for survival crafting elements into it, with all these different sort of fractured worlds, fractals, at a larger scale than the fractals, that we can explore and investigate
Was this
and
an attack of opportunity?
You
Or
know.
was the Flame Legion planning something?
survival crafting mechanics in there and stuff.
Those miserable
It's obviously completely spitballing on my part, with me filling in the blanks on the Mad Lib with the words I want.
Go to the Serrated Blade Tavern and ask about Black Citadel brandy. Your contact will say the barkeep waters it down.
I'm told some Flame sympathizers spend their time there, discover who they are, and find something I can use to derail their plans. Questions?
None. I'll be quick and quiet, Tribune.
Spitballing, at least not ball spitting. That's true. I have, to the best of my knowledge, never spit on anyone's balls. Well, that's not completely true. I did pitch in Little League, and so I may have, spit on my hand to wet it, and then grabbed the baseball and thrown it. So you might consider that ball spitting. Little known fact, one of my encounters with fame, well, future encounters with fame anyway, on my Little League, I also played catcher, despite being left-handed. And the reason I could is one of the other players' dads was left-handed, had a catcher's mitt for the right hand, so that he could throw with the left, because he was left-handed too. And because his son was wanted to be a pitcher, we actually were the only pitcher-catcher duo in Little League that had signs, because at 9 years old, I think, he could throw a real curve, an actual curveball. But he was a kind of a freak physical phenomenon. He was a really amazing athlete. Some of you who pay attention to American football may recognize the name Jack Del Rio. He played linebacker and has coached several NFL football teams. And that was the kid. An incredible natural athlete. I would imagine if he remembers me at all, he would remember me as the fact that there was a left-handed catcher on his team because his dad was left-handed and he used his dad's glove. Can't imagine he'd remember me any other way, if at all.
You there, Scrapper. This place have Black Citadel brandy?
Sure, but between you and me, the bartender waters it down.
Around here? I'm surprised he's still alive to do business. Speaking of business, Desert Grave sent me.
I've identified 2 Flame Legion spies inside the tavern. They have the password we need, but we can't attack them inside without starting a free-for-all. If that happens, the spies will use the chaos to make their escape, and we'll lose them for good. Ideas?
I could encourage them to leave now, and without causing a scene.
Really? Well, lead on. I want to see this. Right behind you.
Welcome to the serrated blade. If you cause trouble in here, I'll cut your tail off. Until then, sit any way you like.
Thank you, beer tender. I will.
What is it, Cub?
Double whiskey, neat, and a toast. Double whiskey. Neat. I like that my character's drinking it neat because that's how I drink my whiskey. Remember, he played football and baseball in college. We moved. My family moved shortly after that, or we would have gone to the same high school, Hayward High. Yeah, he went to SC, right? I think it was USC. To Calla Scorchrazor, who proved the Flame Legion to be nothing but worthless cowards. Yeah, SC. Yeah.
It's getting too political in here. Let's go. Right, Bob.
I remember going to the game at Cal once against SC. And we're walking through the parking lot and
Nicely done. I thought we'd have to set the place.
the bus pulls up and the SC fans come out. And every single one of these putative adults, every single one is dressed head to toe in maroon.
That way, they can't go warn anyone.
And if they catch us following them?
Then we see if you.
Well, Fat Body, I'm sorry we can't be friends anymore. I hope you understand.
There they go. Looks like they're off to do some.
As a Notre Dame fan, what can I say?
Time to get to work. Here, this one.
Just kidding, of course.
What's going on?
Oop.
I thought you two were hitting the serrated blade. Too many drunk troublemakers there. Clean that
Parking spot when you come to see the Niners. That's true. We can manage that.
out, right?
You could actually walk from my place. Probably take an hour.
Interesting. They're sticking close to the bar. I thought they'd go farther afield. Burn me. I realize where you're going. Maybe that's why so many workers.
With the bionic knee. Ah, that's right. I hope you can do a cyberpunkish type. That one leg allows you to kick a guy through a wall. That would be cool.
I was right on the workers. Flame Legion's been killing them all and selling chills. Bastards.
And you're reporting in without a kill? There were complications. Besides, we have business here first. Fine. Hail on in and get it done. You better hope nobody followed you.
Well, then obviously the drinks are on me. We'll go to a bar. I'll start some shit and you can kick a guy through the wall. Don't say I don't know how to show a guy a good time. I'm listening at the door. Shh.
Here's where we split. Report back to camp, Rookie. Hang on. They changed the password again. I forgot.
Generally, most of my sports, I've grown so cynical about sports in America, is negative in that I root against people more than I root for people.
There's the info we need. What do you say? Leave now or take them out?
I can show a guy a good time. I cannot give them a good time.
Quick and quiet.
I like the way you think.
But, you know, the Bay Area team, so Stanford and Cal, even though I went to Cal, like most Cal fans, if it's, you know, if it's, say, Stanford or USC, man, we're all rooting for Stanford. Sorry. That's just a given. But most of my sports rooting is rooting against teams. As an example, going on right now, where did he go? There he is. On Blue Sky, the NBA finals are about to start, right? And I've seen a lot of stuff about the finals. Sports columnists, stuff like that. I have seen literally 0 posts from Spurs fans going, woohoo, we're going to win, this is awesome. But I have seen dozens from New York Knicks fans talking about how they're going to win and how awesome it is. If you're a New York Knicks fan and you wonder why people hate New York sports fans, it's because you think we give a shit about the New York sports teams. We don't. One of your nephews is going to the Cardinal. Hope he makes it. Set on getting, yeah, that's tough. Unless you've got a family tradition, it is tough to get in to Stanford. Theoretically, they don't give preference to children of alumni. Yeah, they do. I can assure you they do, because I know how many of my friends who actually went there. Generally, most of them were extraordinarily good students. But I also know some people who got in simply because of who they knew or who they were. Jukebox! Knicks have been bad for so many years, they have to be enthused. Oh, I completely understand that. I was... Dude, do you know how long it was between when the Warriors were good and the Warriors were good again? They won in, I think, 74. Rick Barry, Nate Thurmond. They had one good playoff run with Run TMC. And then they won one series that they upset people with Baron Davis. I think it was Baron Davis. So the amount of time between Warriors being good and Warriors being good was enormous. So I understand their excitement. But I don't give a crap. And they seem to think everyone wants to hear them talking about how enthused they are about the Knicks. So I don't blame them for being excited. I blame them for thinking anyone else cares enough that they should be posting about it on Blue Sky. 2 private high schools here like that. Yeah, legacy admissions, exactly. Yeah, Baron the Beard Davis. I mean, that was a fun team and very exciting what they did. The Run TMC teams were a lot of fun. They were never any kind of threat to like win the title or anything. So between when Rick Barry led the team and when Steph Curry led the team, we're talking 40 years. So I understand. I root for teams whose fans have been down forever. So I rooted for the Red Sox to win a World Series. I rooted for the Cubs to win a World Series because their fan bases had been generational losers. But the New York fans, they always overreact and it makes too much in the news. The only other team that gets that kind of attention is the Dallas Cowboys. So it's New York teams and the Dallas Cowboys. It's like ESPN and any other sports, website or anything. Anything that happens with the New York teams or the Cowboys and everyone goes nuts. LA teams less so. The Dodgers definitely. But no one ever cared about the Rams until recently. No one's ever cared about the Chargers. Technically, they were San Diego. Now they're LA. People cared about the Raiders when they were there more than they ever cared about the Rams. Yeah, they care about the Lakers. basically, regardless of whether those teams are good, they get attention. Nobody gave a shit about the Warriors for 40 years. Nobody gave a shit about Milwaukee until Giannis. Well, okay, since Kareem left. But anything happens with a bad New York team, we're going to hear about it. People are going to start getting excited. The Jets have been so bad for so long, yet anytime the Jets signed Aaron Rodgers, and everything is all Jets all the time. Where am I going? Oh, Torga. They had hype when Melo was there, but the fact of the matter was they were never very good when Melo was there. And I will note, he's a perfect example because when he left Denver, Denver got better. But that's the perfect example. The hype when they got Carmelo Anthony and continued around the team, even though they were never good when he was there. That's the New York issue, is it's always important, even if they're terrible. Oh, in we go. Yes, he was too selfish. He was a very gifted offensive player, and he was a very gifted scorer.
Never turn your back on an enemy.
Where am I supposed to be? Oh, up, right. Chauncey Billups and Iverson. Iverson also simply, because he played so aggressively, was always destined to have a short career. But also an incredibly gifted offensive player.
Torga, Blood Legion soldiers are missing, and you owe me. I told you about the sympathizers at the bar. Now you tell me what you found there. Is this a bad time, Tribune?
So, in short, most of my interest in sports is not rooting for anybody, it's just rooting against a whole lot of teams.
Barbarian with me. Made Legionnaire already? Excellent. Excellent.
Yes, sir. Tribune Desert Grave promoted me.
Smart move.
For instance, rooting against the Dodgers. I recently saw an infographic about the amount of money being spent by the baseball teams. And it's like this. And then it ramps up like this for like a half a dozen teams. And of course, the Dodgers are paying way, way more than anyone else.
I'm putting a lot of trust in Ash.
I've always hated the Dodgers. Now, they've given me real good, solid reasons to hate them. I've never hated Anaheim. Nobody ever cared about the Angels, including me. The Dodgers? Get out of my way, Maverick. I'm trying to talk to the Tribune.
When there's light, there's shadow.
You've done well, Jamal. Good luck in your next mission.
Okay, new gloves. Papa's got a brand new bag. I make that joke every time I have a new Keyfarm. That's a staff. That's a better staff. Can't wear that. Can wear that. We got 2 new items of attire. How nifty. Dos, tres, cuatro. Yeah, so I'm a schadenfreude sports viewer. I want to watch the suffering of the fan bases of the teams I hate. New dies. Let's see. We have 2 rolls here. If we don't like the first one, we can randomize a second time. Oh, that's not good. Enameled Blaze is one of my favorite dies, but that just doesn't look great. Hit me again. There we go. Awful. Appalling. Horrifying. Perfect. We have to spend some skill points. Oh, okay. That seems like a good idea. I'll do that then. Give me the Sword of Justice. Makes a lot of endgame builds, even. Out we go. Where are we off to? Infiltrate the Flame Legion camp. Over there. Right. This is the closest. There it is. We'll go in. We're spying. Shh. Be very, very quiet. We're hunting Flame Legion.
Orders I got stated, but listen to us, and I'm not ready to murder. Okay, buddy? Boss?
Thanks, Maverick. Burnt something. Burnt soul.
Back off. The password's burnt soul.
Excellent.
Do you have a code or something?
I'm fine. I'm male and I'm fine. Now get out of my way before I pull your horns off and shove them up your nose.
Alright. Get in there.
I like that they actually refer to the fact that the character is female. Because the Flame Legion don't like female chars. Basically, they're used cooks and sculleries and stuff. I'm fine. I'm female and I'm fine.
Down with the Black Citadel.
Rawr! Down with the Black Citadel. Iron Legion imposter. Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? I'm infiltrating the Iron Legion. I need to be briefed. Want a detailed briefing? Prove you know your basics. Name one of the Iron Legion's tribunes. Bure Goreblade? That's right, so you passed the first test. Still a long way from passing for Iron.
Blood's new centurion is Volante Tornbar.
Volante.
But don't underestimate
Whoa.
her assassination.
That's an old guy musical reference.
Branded and devoured.
The song was Volare, and that has to be like 63 or something.
And Iron takes the blame. It's genius.
Yeah, you guys are all geniuses. Have the brains of a duck, you know. That idiot sentry held me up. Quit being a jerk and tell me what I missed. I'll just take orders from you. Oh, really? Would you care to wager that? Oh, I made him so angry.
Bellfire's claws, you're tough. Glad you're on our side. The plan's simple. We pose as luggage, and break Iron's precious museum. We drain blood, watch Iron attack them, and the whole Citadel will be clawed through. Then we strike.
Genius! We're just so smart. Kagar. I've been briefed on the operation, sir. Looking forward to it. Can you tell me more? Thanks to Tribulus Griefblade's hard work and cunning, Iron fights blood, blood fights iron, and the winner is Flame. What about Ash? I'm good, Ash. You're good, Ash. I'm bad, Ash. Little goody two-shoes. Sorry, that's a movie reference.
We've got a job. Just a nudge to serve Iron and blood flame. Then we step in, pick the bones we need.
Dum,
Get back here, let me out so I can fight, cowards. I deserve it.
Quiet, I'm not with Flame Legion, idiot. I'm not here to torture you. Oh, you're female. That's kind of hot. I mean, wow, you gotta be Ash. You guys are clever. Get me out, okay? They're gonna kill me, slowly. And that's my least favorite way to get killed. I'll get you out. Where's the key? Jailer has it. I got new orders from the Centurion regarding the prisoner. I'm taking over here. Give me your keys, now! Figures. I give this job my all, and then give the job to someone else. Tell the Centurion I said, forget it, here's my keys, I'm gone. Moody. Somebody's moody. Quiet, I got the key. Once I take care of the guards, we're home free.
I need some help here.
You need more than just a little help, my friend.
It's only the first one. Rats won't let me go swim. How do we put this idiot back in its cage?
Is that it? Oh, no, we got more. Don't block my attacks. That's impolite. Flame Legion Shadow Blade. But hey, if you've got flame around, are you really going to have a whole lot of shadow? You'll taste my blood? That doesn't sound sanitary. All kinds of unpleasant parasites can be passed on that way. Ooh. It's kind of gross.
Ugh. It feels good to get out of that Flame Legion disguise.
You look much better now. Blood of the Condor, you saved my life.
Yes, I did.
I wish I could have done the same for your warband.
The Flame Legion wanted the Citadel Watch roster, and killed my friends one by one to get it. I was next.
I hear you. Ghosts and incompetents slaughtered most of my band. But you don't have to be a Gladium. Throw in your lot with us.
Gladly. I owe you my life. Just promise me that we'll pay the Citadel.
But his name is Yahoo.
Flame Legion cards.
I mean, it's fun to say, Yahoo!
Count on it.
But
For now, get to safety. A warband member is outside.
it's a little comical.
Stay here with me. They'll get you to the Citadel. I'll meet you there when I'm done.
Report to Torga. Not Torghast. That's something entirely different. Torga. That's the closest. So I'll finish this up. A couple more instances to go. And then I will be hitting the festival and getting festive. Yeah, that's probably a slight exaggeration. I was festive Monday night. Adult leisure beverages make me festive. There is a cat in a block of ice. It just char things.
Hey, over here. I'm glad you made it. My feet hurt and I'm tired of shooting.
Hail Tribune.
Hail
I have
Tribune.
information.
Ave
Flame
Khazar.
Legions drink blood and iron, making each think the other attacked them. If the plan works, it might break the Citadel's alliance. They're targeting Iron's new weapon and the Blood Legion Centurion. The whole thing was cooked up by someone named Tribulus Griefblade.
I know the name Griefblade. He's real trouble. Blood and Iron need to know now so they can prepare.
No. This is an Ash operation. Blood and Iron would make a Drake's breakfast out of it. We'll handle it ourselves.
Yeah, that's a really stupid decision, Tribune.
One mission. Fengar can handle the other.
Fengar? Tribune! Fengar's not experienced enough for something this big. I'll do
No. Sikkei, your orders are to track down Griefblade.
Another bad decision, Torga. You're really good at bad decisions. She might have been one of my managers.
We'll make it your call. Guard Iron's engine.
But, not Gary.
Decide.
Gary was a good manager. So was Eric. Eric and Gary were both good managers. I'll help the Blood Legion defend Centurion Tornpaw. Doodly doopy doot doot. Technically a new item of attire. So that means new dies. But we don't even need that. We got 2 new items of attire. So I'll get to choose. If I don't like the first, I can hit myself with more dies. Here we go. Now, we already had a light blue, and granted, we are blue class Guardian, but that's a little bit too on point. I'd rather have something appalling. Yeah, that's not appalling, but it'll do. Another level. What were the odds? There is a 50% XP bonus right now as part of the excitement / preparation for Friday's big announcement. Which, of course, spoiler, it's Guild Wars 3. I know that because of the title of my stream. Best bait ever. Where are we off to? All the way out there, huh? Sure, all the way out there. I'm going to AFK for just a second to refill my coffee cup, and I'll be right back. Oof. Old man's falling apart, guys. Yeah. Bong. And I'm back. Well, adult beverage enjoyer Lens will definitely be back on the 30th, if not sooner.
You smell smoke? What is that smell?
Didn't Jake mention trouble?
Need to check one thing really fast. Be right back.
So we're protecting a Blood Legion Centurion? Hold on. This place is familiar.
Thought the coffee tasted a little odd. Didn't put the fake sugar in. I think the big announcement is ANET shutting down all gaming services and becoming a video slot business. I mean, that would just be doing what wasn't... Who was it who did that? There wasn't... One of the Asian game companies essentially announced they were doing that. So, I mean, that's a good reference. But no, it's Guild Wars 3, which is going to be a... third-person extraction shooter, MOBA, NFT crypto game.
I'm looking for Rhoda the Quick. I need to talk to her right away.
Well, it'll have an option for Battle Royale, yeah.
Blood Legion soldiers see us together, they'll know something's up. Flame Legion assassins are on their way to kill Centurion Tornpaw, disguised as Iron Legion. We have to warn the Centurion.
Oh.
Centurion Tornpaw is in the command tent. Just look for me and the soldier there, but good luck convincing her she's full of spit and rubble.
I'll do my best.
I've decided what it is that why my character looks goofy is that the hair is exactly the same color as my horns.
When our last enemy lies dead at our feet, and the true Condor steps forward, this legion will command all others.
Blood, blood, blood.
Centurion,
See?
Desert Raven
Exact same
Ash sent me to warn you.
hair
Flame
and
Legion
horns.
assassins have targeted you for elimination.
An Ash soldier? In my camp? Ah, Rhoda. I suspected you were one of Torga's spies. Get out of my sight, both of you.
Amazing, isn't it? How successful the NFT and crypto boom
I just
in
said
games
that the
have
Flame Legion
been.
has stolen uniforms and equipment to disguise themselves as iron. They're coming to kill you.
I heard you, but I'm not Ash trash. I don't snivel like a scaredy cat at the first sign of danger. Now, tell me their plan.
Oh, I thought you weren't a scaredy cat.
Blood and iron. They think your death will break the alliance, and they have a well-planned attack coming. You need to be ready.
I always am. You two stick around and you'll see. I'll even let you mop up after the fight.
Well, everyone remembers NFTs, especially the people who were involved in them, because they either made a mint off stupid people or lost money. I hope none of you were involved for your sakes. Or if you were involved, that you're amongst the ones who made money and got the hell out.
War against the Flame Legion, you cowardly lying scum. Prepare to die.
Burn me the red horse. Lose the disguise, just attack.
Here they come.
Anger rising.
See, the funny thing about all of the NFTs and the crypto stuff is there was a big effort, joint effort between IBM and Maersk. That's International Business Machines, and Maersk, one of the biggest international shipping corporations, to use blockchain technology to keep track of the various shipments. You know, huge numbers of cargo containers going world round, right? They spent a couple years and tens of millions of dollars on it and came to the conclusion, yeah, it's not actually useful for anything. And so my default was, if IBM and Maersk can't make it work, there's no practical use for crypto.
What's that?
You know, a secure ledger sounds like a great idea, but in practice, it added nothing. It added no value to what they were trying to do. And to try and stick it in a game, to do anything that couldn't already be done in a game.
Efficient. Excellent.
And right now you're getting the same thing with AI, except the people they're conning are mostly the CEOs, who are sure it's going to change everything about their organization, and most of them are going to find out it does nothing for them at all. More coming, more coming. Whoops, 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 whoops. All right, what was up with the kaboom? I did not need the earth-shattering kaboom, thank you. Make no mistake, AI is going to have huge influence and benefits to a lot of organizations, technologies, companies, but almost certainly not in the way anyone is working with it currently. If you're using it for coding, that's something it does well and is already having a huge impact. But all these companies that have discovered that they laid off a bunch of people and are now paying more than they were when they had the people
I'd like to
for the
explain.
tokens, for the other people who are left using the AI technology.
You're a spy and a traitor. You're lucky I don't got you where you stand. I strip you of Blood Legion rank. You're finished, Palladium. Now get out of here.
I'm sorry, Rhoda. I don't know what you're planning to do, but I have an idea. Join my warband. You're loyal enough to out yourself as a spy just to keep the Centurions safe. And that's the kind of soldier I need.
Hey, you're the one who had the initiative to stop the Flame Legion. I'd be honored to join your team.
Outstanding. Pack up your gear, and I'll see you at the Black Citadel.
Doodly doopy doop doop. Well, it's not as good as what I already have. Why would I want that? Another level? Well, we know Eliza will end up asking the same questions, and Perry becomes a pair of skits. Well, Eliza. Yeah, I do remember Eliza. It would be a good thing if more people did remember Eliza, given how many people think that they've already achieved 208, that they've already achieved sentience. Spoiler, no.
Power flow at 30%. Read about him.
Especially not LLMs. All LLMs are very clever ad-lib machines. Mad lib machines. And I mean that literally.
As long as
No, AI is going to have lasting, profound impacts, but not in the way most people think, either positively or negatively. It's a tool. I'm not familiar with Jaren Linear. It is a tool, and like every tool, it is. AI is a tool, and too many people think that they've got this brand new AI hammer, and therefore everything is a nail. And then you've got the FOMO. Dear God, the rabid fear of missing out. So many CEOs, they can smell money in the air. And they think, okay, I can just use AI. And I'll be, instead of being 100 millionaire, I'll be a billionaire. It's Ritlock Brimstone! I do recognize the name, Jared.
Yes, I'm Trey. Just like Trina said, he knows every detail you must make before you do.
Where's Tribune Desert Brave? How did you fanatics get this far into the Citadel?
How they got in doesn't matter. What matters is how they're leaving. In pieces. Brimstone? What's a blood tribute doing here? Tribula said this was strictly an Ash Legion.
Tribulus was wrong. 2 arms!
Yep, 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 nostrils, 2 ear holes, 2 nipples, but maybe that doesn't hold for Char. I don't know.
She has developed a hiccup.
Maybe Char females have
More like tuberculosis.
more than 2 nipples. I don't know. Is that canon anywhere? Does anyone know? Don't Google it, because that would go into your search history.
Now he'll torture the Tribune to get what he can from her. I know flame troops are mustering near the ruins of Rin. That's where they took her. Where we must go.
Where we must go. That was really a clumsy line reading.
Then, under cover of darkness, we sneak and you storm.
Reckless, audacious, risky too. I like it. I'll be on your tail when I have the troops come back to your play. Good luck, Legionnaire.
Off to the ruins of Rin. Kylo Ren. It's not actually Kylo Ren. Just making that up. I make things up. I lie a lot. Certain people, when they speak, you try to listen. Ben Sassy. I recognize the name. Politics, though. Not mine, but you like the way he speaks. Well, good communication is like good writing. You can appreciate it for what it is without agreeing with what it says. Oh, we need to talk to somebody over here. Oh, behind. Why are you hiding over there? The flame advances.
Psst. Over here. And keep your ears down. The Flame Legion must have gotten wise. My stealth magic is working.
We just have to murder a bunch of them, that's all. It'll be fine. Hi, guys. Thank you for gathering together very closely. I appreciate that. Makes my DPS numbers look much better. Journaler is like Rick Rubin of tech. He has a really enormous beard. Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that to be correct. Which way am I supposed to go here? I don't recall. I guess this way?
Save enough. Trust me. You days
I have used my profession mechanic. Flame Centurion Kagar. Kagar, your time is Kagup. Oh, I'll prepare to bleed. You prepare to burn. He sounds like he's having trouble breathing. Perhaps I can air him out a little. That'll help, I'm sure. I imagine they waited for some of their voice talent to get cold so that they could get all phlegmy for the growls and stuff. You know. Oh, you're gonna shoot at me? You think you can just shoot at me? Is that what you think? Come on. Are you... Thank you, Sakea. Jeez. Why are you getting stuck on every piece of landscape?
Stand back. I know how to use this thing. Now we just have to find Torga and hope she's still alive.
Hi, Torga. They appear to have you all tied up.
Luckies. Looking for the precious trillium?
Yes.
You locked her up with only that cub's head for company. Fangar, I think his name was. Poor Fangar. Wait, I know you, Legionnaire. Why aren't you dead? Seems I could have sent more assassins. Ah, well.
You could have sent 10 times as many. Still wouldn't have helped.
That's kind of a dumb statement. 10 times as many probably would have worked.
Never rely on a dull knife, as they say. I would have done you personally, but I was busy torturing that chatty cub you sent me. Of course, I don't need him now that I have Torga. She hasn't been as cooperative. Yet. But I'm sure Imperator Balefire will change that.
Your Imperator will never see Torga. Not if I have anything to say about it.
No. Then we'll have to cut out your tongue and keep you from saying anything at all. Guards! Wipe out this annoyance while I get back to work.
I have another level. Hi. I got a new hat. I hope it's fashionable. But it's probably going to make a mess out of my hair. I will look at that in a sec. Doop 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 doop. Hostile contact, you think so? And did they all just run away? At least Ritlock's still with me. My own warband ran away to deal with those other jerks. Nice loyalty you show. You're all fired.
Fengar begged for a mission. He said he was ready, and I trusted him. I caused his
Yes,
death.
Torga, you sure did.
It wasn't your fault.
Yes, it was.
Fengar knew what he was getting into. He died a soldier's death. and
No, he can't. He talked.
Griefblade disappeared as we were closing in, but we'll get him for this tribune. I swear it.
I can offer you some help with that. While Tribulus was holding me prisoner, I gathered information from the soldiers. Tribulus has another safe house at Aiden Castrum. That's where he's gone.
I'm not sitting this one out, Torga. Tribulus dies for what he's done. I'll beat him to death with his own horns.
The horns are sharp. Maybe stab him to death would be better.
Tribulus will just elude us again. We have to do this Ash Legion style. Quick and quiet.
Fine, we do it your way. Sakea, take Torga back to the Citadel. The Legionnaire and I will handle Tribulus.
Doodly doopy doo doo. I have to check this. I think the lip smacking is particularly effective, don't you? I will put it in. Those who wish to see it may now see it. I definitely think the lip smacking is what makes it such a powerful statement. I have a new hat and a new sword and new shoulders. Wow. And new pants. So that's 3 new things.
Threshold achieved.
Oh, no, I did not. Oh, no, that's the earlier one. There was an earlier one? I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere in chat. The one I linked is the one that Fat Body put in. Oh, no, that's getting nuked from deep space. Lone Star Wolf. All I'm getting is asterisks. You'll have to DM that one to me. That was just showing up as 3 asterisks, which now that you mentioned it, I did see the 3 asterisks. Meant to say something about it. But, you know, my brain. It's an imperfect object in almost every way imaginable. Annoying chili beaver clam champ. Yeah, actually, that's a really good point, Fat Buddy. As random stuff goes, that's pretty good random. I gotta say. They use random, they throw random words together as part of their URL construction mechanic. Isn't there someone I can sell crap to here? Yes. Discord, I will give it a look.
No 3 samples.
Sell. Give me just a second. I'm fine. I'm female and I'm fine. Okay, you guys are both on your game tonight, I have to say. Let me just link that in as well so everyone can enjoy it. Or abuse me further. Quite the evening for yeah, Lens is our favorite streamer. Let's pick out his most not necessarily in context stuff and throw it back in his face. Not that I would ever do that to anyone else. I would totally do that to everyone Well, initially, it was the voice line from the NPC. That was why I said it. You know, I don't know if it's true for all streamers, but I can say truthfully that I have exactly the chat that I deserve. For better or worse.
Tribulus is definitely in there with a full complement of Flame Legion troops. It'll be tricky to get close without alerting the guard. Looks like your kind of battlefield, Ash. What's the plan?
We can't risk face-to-face combat. We need a diversion that'll draw some troops away before we sneak in.
Divide and conquer, huh? I love the classics. Once we separate them, we can destroy them. Quick and quiet-like.
Now you're thinking like an Ash Legion soldier, sir. Follow my lead, and Tribulus will never see us coming.
Let me throw the other URL into my chat as well. There we go. Give me a sec to try and get everything back working here the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's back. Okay. Hi, cave trolls, who are almost want to clip just to run the word randomizer they have. Well, I don't know. That the one you got was pretty great. You're going to have, I think, a bit of a problem finding something better. I have to admit, it is pretty good.
Those dimwits couldn't find their own tail.
We got to get all of them. You have to defeat all of their troops. Cave trolls are just standing there. Gosh, thanks, guys. You've been a big help. And then, when we finish this up in another, I don't know, 60 or 80 minutes, festival. We'll be getting festive. Anger rising. Mr. Mojo rising. Well, let me give you a little noise then. We'll raise a ruckus, as they say. Yeah, it's Tribulus Griefblade, and yeah, stand him up. You want to kill him again? No, you'll stand him up so I can kill him again.
Nice work, soldier.
Thank
Future.
you, Tribune.
I like knowing how my allies fight. It's the
Looking forward to it.
Doodly doopy doot doot and key.
Done.
And commendation and congratulations from Smoder the Unflinching. Well, you know, he kind of flinched when he took a bullet right here. Spoilers! Another level. Yay, key. We'll see if I get anything good. I think currently we have the exotic box as one of the two things you get along with the inevitable Black Lion statuette. Well, I stopped buying keys. You know, for quite a while there, I was buying 25 keys every time there was a new box, but I have stopped, I think, after the second of the content drops for the first of the new yearly expansions, because the quality was so low, I felt. And since then, the first initial releases for the expansions have been good for all three. The follow-up's not as good. The follow-up for VOE is, technically, it's the second content drop. So not really. Having basically nothing for the first content drop. It's better than the other content drops the other expansions had, but it's not as good as the first two maps by far. Not even close. To my mind, anyway. Your mileage may vary. These are my editorial opinions. They are, of course, objectively correct, but still my opinions. Need a box. Pretty sure I do not have a Black Lion box. Me not really play. You sure did like the spinning blades. Oh, I will be picking those up as soon as they come into the statuette vendor. For sure. I do not have a Black Lion box at present. Stupid Black Citadel. Having the Black Lion store area so far away. We'll take our money for selling our sticks of butter. $99 copper, that's a relatively high price. You could make good money arbitraging the Black Lion chests if you had the storage space for it.
And one of us is to get gunslinger.
Yeah, the 3 spinning blades was a very nice one, and I'll be picking that up as soon as it's available. Nah. When I'm playing a lot, I have plenty of them. When I cease playing a lot, I have less.
Oh yeah, that's my loot.
I hate that VO so much.
You buy or sell?
Time to go.
are guaranteed to get a Black Lion statuette, and pretty sure I have more than 506. I must have a stack on somebody else. Mentioned something about a new mount skin last night. It's been data mined. It is a turtle skin that looks pretty nightmarish. I can track that down. Give me a sec. We'll open this up. Then I'll do that. Then the festival. Don't let me forget. I said don't let me forget. We'll get a Nashblade Dragon Coffer, which is a guaranteed exotic weapon, I believe. No, I'm sorry. This is the Dragon Bash rewards. You could conceivably get a super rare. I won't get a super rare. Don't worry, that's not coming. The Transform emote, the Picnic Blanket Chair. I can't say either one of those particularly has my interest. Yeah, can we? I don't think we can see it. I'll get 2 commons, good ones in here. The dies, if I can get a die I don't have. I think I've got all of those dies. The crafting bags for future legendaries. The unlocks are always fun. Not guarantee of anything good, but they're always fun. The uncommon is the Kai Neng set. Not a particularly interesting set to my mind. I mean, visually, they're very nice looking. They're cool. They're just not quite, for whatever reason, not my vibe, man. The rares are the Dragon Essence skins. I would say these are a little more to my liking. They have a dragon theme and have sort of a glowy animation. And then, of course, the super rare, which I will never get. I will click open. We'll get a common here. We'll get a common here. What we're hoping for is a 5th box to appear, and that will be an uncommon or better. That is a 10% chance. And here we go. Nope. No such luck. Survey says no. We did get an extra Black Lion statuette.
Let's hear it.
We can put those away. We have the Nashblade Dragon Coffer and also Black Lion material bag for Soto. Kind of odd that we can get the material bag not for this expansion or the previous expansion, but the one before that. And lastly, the Nashblade Dragon Coffer. The commons, of course, are just that. They're common. The uncommons, don't think there's anything useful in there. Maybe the best thing you can get is the probably the Jawbreaker. The Jawbreaker is probably the best. The rares, they're a bunch of theoretically rare stuff. None of it particularly valuable. The super rares, on the other hand, I'd be fine with any of those. Not gonna lie. Yeah, here we go. Now, we got the Pinata Bits. That is the lowest value, I believe. You're guaranteed to get an item that sells for some amount of money. I think that's the lowest value one. 3 pieces of Zai Taffy, which we'll put into the bank, so that when we swap over to our character who's doing the festival stuff, he can nab that. The Growth Tonic. I'm huge! I'm enormous! The rest is sell stuff. So we will swap over to our character who is working the festival. And that is my Chronomancer. Anytime now. There he is. Prolix Verbose. Now, give me a sec. Let me see if I can find There it is. He data mined the picture, but also the code of the skin. Note that I am not an ArenaNet partner because they hate me. Sorry. That just seems to be the thing you're supposed to say. Is that it's something personal. They hate old people. Spoiler, I don't think actually I'd be a good candidate for it. I tend to be a little bit too harsh on them, I think, for me to reasonably have a real chance of becoming a partner. But this is the new skin. Steel yourself. This is the default colors as well. That's the turtle skin. My reaction is, first, maybe somebody at ArenaNet is taking a bit too much in the way of hallucinogenics. Second, I wonder if this is inspired by whatever they're announcing on Friday, because this is not consistent with any other visual style we have seen in the past. This looks like something very new, unlike anything else. Perhaps the mists. It is, by the way, called the Soul Eater Siege Turtle skin. So, again, this supports my contention that Mistbound, whether it's the title or not, it may be a title that they trademarked because they were considering it. Everything confirms Guild Wars 3. Just like the title of my stream says. Guild Wars 3 is confirmed. He's lying. Absolutely confirmed. Still lying. I personally have confirmed it with all of my non-insider sources. He's a big fat liar. So this is the default coloration. And this is another brick in the in Lens's wall of causation. Because it's stylistically confirmed or conflaxed. By the way, the word is flaccid. Many, many years ago, I heard Howard Cosell describe somebody's performance in a football game as flaccid. And I laughed and said, you condescending bastard, I've got you this time. You mispronounced the word. I looked it up. The word is correctly pronounced flaccid. Now, most dictionaries today will either not display that as a pronunciation or will list it as an alternate pronunciation. But I can assure you, as of like 1974 or 5, the dictionary we had, a big fat Random House hardbound dictionary, it was pronounced flaccid and only as flaccid. There you go. The red reminds you of the Ritlock sword. But his sword is just flaming. What's the name of the damn thing? God, I can't remember. Anyway. So this is part of my wall of confirmation. This style is so different from everything else we have seen. I have received 100 messages today with Restream chat. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. As I've said many times, when I have an active chat, I feel I'm a better streamer and I'm a more entertaining streamer. And I have a better time. So thank you, guys. That's why I encourage you guys to go ahead and chat at me. So, because this is stylistically unlike anything else we have seen, that is why I am leaning more into Mistbound, Guild Wars 3, as opposed to just an expansion. This doesn't stylistically look like anything we have seen. In Guild Wars 2, certainly not, and I don't think anything in Guild Wars 1 as well. But you do note that we do have 2 seats, And it does have guns. But that was what I was referring to when I mentioned the new skin. And the poor ArenaNet partners can't even talk about the stuff that's been mined. What do we have? Well, let's see what our dailies are, shall we? It's a very cool skin. This is Prolix Verbose. He uses his ears to help with his propulsion and steering. We need this. I have been playing Guild Wars 2 since the first publicly available beta. Initially, after they announced it, they allowed you to pre-order. If you pre-ordered, you got into the beta. So I pre-ordered immediately, got into the first betas. The head start then was 3 days if you pre-ordered. So 5,000 plus hours over all of the years of Guild Wars 2. Daily. What do we have? The Daily Dragon Bash. Dragon Slapper. Well, I can't slap the dragon on stream. That would cause some problems. Taffy, the Holo Wrangler, the Minion Masher, and the Paper Smasher. Gain a medal from the Pinata Bashing Adventure. That I can do as well. So, we're going to slap some dragons. We're going to eat some taffy. First thing we do is we can go ahead and eat some taffy. It is my favorite MMO now. If I could only play one MMO for the rest of my life, it would be Guild Wars 2. I have played more of Lord of the Rings Online and WoW than I have of Guild Wars 2. But if I could only play one, this would be it. Pardon me, I have to eat some taffy. There we go. We got a box, and in the box, Ambrite and a piece of junk. We need to bash. We need to bash a bunch of pinatas. And then we need to do the official pinata bashing, which is different. One out of one. Two. Three. The beard is majestic. It looks a lot better on stream than it does in person. It's actually pretty sparse, but it does actually look reasonable on stream. The reason this scrubby stuff on the side isn't any longer is because it grows in really sparse. That's 6. Does look okay on stream though. So 7. Eight. I said 8. 55-48 Spurs at the half. Thank you, Fat Body. 9. 10. Sorry if anyone's recording on VCR for later. Well, the halftime score isn't much of a spoiler, unless it was a complete blowout. That's not. That's the fireworks. Normally glued to the NBA playoff finals, but this year you've been severely slacking. Pardon me, sir, I need to break your piñata. which will be painful. If you've ever broken your piñata, you know, man, it's going to make your eyes water. Gotta be almost there, right? This one, next one. There we go. Okay. Now we've got the piñata smacking contest. It's been good. You're not much of an NBA person until the final. Well, I mean, one of the things about sports, along with my Schadenfreude rooting, is if it's a team that I do care about the result, I am a completely insufferable fan. I rant, I rave, I get angry, all of that stuff. I'm a complete dickhole. If I care, if I actually have a rooting interest, I'm insufferable. And I get myself worked up into a froth, and I don't enjoy myself being in that kind of a froth. So I have stopped watching sports when I care. So, for instance, when the Warriors were, you know, in the playoffs, in the finals all the time, I would keep an eye on the scores, but I didn't watch because I knew I'd be screaming at the players, I'd be screaming at the coach, I'd be screaming at the referees, I'd be blaming God. So basically, I decided, you know, maybe I shouldn't watch sports at all. And so I basically don't. But I turn into a complete dickhole about it. I absolutely do. Watch regardless. Heartbreaker victory. Yeah, I can't. I just can't. I turn into exactly one of those kinds of sports fans I detest. The ones who live or die on their sports team. All right, piñata bashing. We just need a copper on this. We'll see if I can do it. First time. Haven't done it for a year. We'll see if I can do it. Why does that keep happening? It happened all day yesterday when I did the events. I would do this, I would click this, and it would vanish on me. I don't know what's happening. Why is that happening? I'm not touching anything after I will click and then I have no idea why that's happening. I can't even, I'm at a complete loss. I managed to click play, but nothing happened. Nothing's happening. Okay, it blinked there. This time it worked. There we go. All right. That time I was lost on which buttons I was trying to use. That's right. Hit 1. There we go. There we go. All right. We're back working again. I don't know how many I need. That was terrible. That was better.
Happy and healthy. My family prospers.
I can get silver on this. I've never gotten gold.
Death to the other dragons.
18. No, 10. So I got bronze. Sadly, I am not very sportsmanlike when it comes to that sort of thing. I turn into, like I said, a complete dickhole. I'm not happy about it, but it is the fact. Did that give me the 3 that I needed for the day? I think it should have. Yeah, Dragon Basher. So if you complete 3 of the Dragon Bash achievements for the daily, that gives you another 1 towards the festival, which is every 5 days. If you do it every day, you don't have to. Every 5 times you do it, you will get a choosy box that has one of the Dragon Bash weapons in it that you can choose. Now, I have always been a good sport when I'm involved in the sport. When I'm just watching, though, I just turn into one of those people. And so I choose to not be one of those people. See what else we've got in the festival, shall we? We shall. Let's see. I think it's under feats. Yeah, you want to get... There's the ice bone chest you can get if you complete 4 of the meta events. And these are pretty good looking weapons. Good evening. They're not anything spectacular, but I think they are very solid, frost-based, magic-looking stuff. No, I'm not a doomer. I'm hoping for it. And I'm hoping that they make some significant changes between the games rather than just a new and updated version of Guild Wars 2 that they call Guild Wars 3. I expect it to be something major. It doesn't have to be Guild Wars 3. If it's a Guild Wars 3, good. If it's another Guild Wars game, probably called Mistbound, with a lot of different, cool, interesting stuff, and it's a big game, you know, that they've been working on for years, that's cool too. I am optimistic it will be one of those 2 things. Either sort of a direct sequel or a game in the Guild Wars universe that is substantially different. The other thing you can get, if you get enough of the feats, 7 of them, is you can get a bear head. I'm not sure it's a great match to an Asura in his skivvies, but you can do a cosplay. Think a change-up enhancement of Guild Wars 2 would be super cool. Yeah, I think it's easy to say, okay, we're going to make Guild Wars 2.5 and call it 3. I'm hoping, I'd like to see them change it up more. Like Guild Wars 1, like I said earlier, Guild Wars 2 is very different from Guild Wars, the original. I would like, assuming it's Guild Wars 3 or whatever they were going to call it, to be substantially different from Guild Wars 2. Still an MMO, still recognizable setting, feel, that kind of stuff, but with deep, substantial, fundamental, foundational changes. That's more interesting to me. I'm going to play that first one. If it's essentially Guild Wars 2.5, I'm playing the hell out of that. But I kind of hope for something, I don't want to say more, but something different. Birthday suit. Dark Machinist, go to your room. He's barely sufferable when he's like this. So what else did we have here in the festivals? While I was looking, I didn't actually, look. All right, so we'll get that one. Color the sky. Fireworks. I've not been setting off the fireworks. That's 100. I'm going to set off some fireworks, guys. It's going to be the least fascinating content you've seen today. And my content is, normally it's so gripping. You can barely even breathe because it's so damned exciting around here, One. I'm not going to do 100 tonight. As far as you know. But, the journey of 100 fireworks launchers begins with a single firework launcher.
I haven't taken leave of my senses.
Yes, you have taken leave of your senses. Bearhead make you think of Jeremiah Johnson. Jeremiah Johnson, it's an understatement to say that's the favorite movie of a friend of mine. He named his son, gave him the middle name of Jeremiah, because of the movie. He has probably seen it, no exaggeration, 100 times. I have seen it, and I consider it an extremely entertaining movie. Very well made, smartly written, well acted. And like I said, an absolutely seminal movie in my friend's life. Sort of the way I am about the Lord of the Rings books, where the Lord of the Rings books were a life-changing experience for me. That's what Jeremiah Johnson is to him. Grandpa from the Waltons in it, yep. As the sort of crazy old man he first meets and then at the very end of the movie meets again. Calls him Pilgrim, I believe. You see, those are the little details my brain remembers, that stuff. Don't ask me, when I wake up, I'll pick up my cup of water. I will tell my voice activated device to pause the white noise. I'll walk past my computer. I'll turn it on. I go into the bathroom to relieve myself, wash my hands maybe, and while I'm in there, I'll go, did I turn on the computer? And 1 time in 10, the answer is no. But most of the time, I don't remember turning on the computer. But having seen Jeremiah Jones a few times, I can remember that he called Robert Redford's character Pilgrim. Yep, Will Gear. Milky Tears finished in first place. I'm going to choose to not comment on that character's name. With difficulty. All right, well, we got a good bunch of the fireworks launched. Seriously? What? Oh, that's from last year? I'm in the wrong place. That's the right place. There we go. Yeah, we got 22 out of 100 done, so it's just going to take a while. Play now. It was a pleasure watching you while you did laundry and stalk your ex on Instagram. That's always healthy. Definitely always healthy. Thank you. Have fun, and thank you for watching. Have fun storming the castle. Old guy movie reference. Looking forward to future ones. You are far too kind. Just hit 7 years on Monday. I was going to say, so let's hope for 7 more, but actually maybe 17 more would be better. Yeah, that would be better. So lifelike. Okay, that's the holographic dragon minions. Don't really feel like that. Pick the winner in the Dragon Bash MOA races. Okay, we've got to do that 5 times. Zytasty. That's going to be a lot of Zytaffy eaten. Okay, that's the hologram again. The arena. Pinata Pummeler. A silver medal. I didn't quite get the silver medal today. I will get that later. Going the distance. 15 laps. I can do a couple of laps right now. Or at least a lap. I missed the silver medal yesterday by like a second and a half. And I think Juke rubbed it in. Juke. Jukebox. But yesterday I had the same problem getting into the race. It kept exiting me from the dialogue. We'll see if that happens. There's Jukebox. You mocked me, sir. You mocked me. Mockery is not an uncalled for response. Okay, it didn't vanish this time. Yesterday it kept vanishing the way the other one was just doing like 5 minutes ago. All right, here we go. And we're off, ladies and gentlemen.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I screwed that up. I screwed it up. I'm a bad driver. I screwed up that turn horribly, terribly. Go ahead, Juke. I deserve it. Fire away. Bonk, and again. And probably again. This is bad even for me. Just so you know, I don't want to pretend that I'm doing well. No, I'm not doing well. I know right now I'm sucking. That's a little better now, but I mean, on the other hand, this is the easy part too, so. Yeah. It's weird when it comes to drifting. It's like I'll make 2 or 3 turns in a row perfectly, and I'll go, okay, I finally figured it out, and then I'll keep failing. Okay, that certainly wasn't jukeboxian in quality, but it was certainly a lot better. That was better. That was a good turn right there. I'm so proud of me. All right, this time I should be able to get the silver medal without a problem. Right until I ran into that anyway. I don't think I got that one. I didn't, damn it. Still should be more than good enough for a silver. 119,720. My lifetime best is 119,720. We are the champions. Oh, right, gold, not silver. That's right, yeah. That's my best time ever. And you were there for the moment, guys. Hey, it's better than EBM's time this year. Oh, that's... Engelbert who? Never heard of her. Kind of a goofy name, though. What can I say? I'm a star. It's my natural charisma. It just oozes. Oh shit, it's oozing on the floor. 1 minute. I kid, of course. It's what I do in lieu of having a personality. Well, we have dragon coffers. I suppose we should open them. What the hell? Why is that thing in my fricking shared inventory? The bleep? I have no idea. Can I sell it? It says I can sell it. Can I get anything for it? Sure. I can. I know. I done it. Rare. Pardon me. Excuse me. Rare and valuable. Sadly, as is always the case for pretty much all of my characters, my inventory is full of crap.
This is fine.
What can I say? There are certain constants in the universe, and one of them is my inventory is full of crap. I think it's true for most Guild Wars 2 players. In general, we tend to have inventories generously replete with crap. And I'm certainly no exception.
I was manufactured to the highest standards.
Sell all the junk. Open the champ bag.
Quite a reward.
Quite a reward. A glob of globbity goo.
I'll be on my way.
Your inventory is fantastic. Well, it's a Canadian thing. Politeness and organized inventories. I just continue and split for no good reason. Fat fingers, wrong button. Okay, it's an unidentified blue dye, guys. Let's see, what do my dyes look like? Aren't they, don't we have dyes here anymore? No? Did we move them all out now? The only way you can actually get to them is to click on something that requires a die. So everyone starts with these. I have all the commons. I have all the uncommons. I have all the rares. I'm missing 10. Yeah, 10 dice. Exclusives. Expensive. Sadly, this will not be one of those. It is shockingly a rare die, though. Currently sells for a grand total of 15 silver. So we ship this off to our friend and Gildy, the keeper of the Guild Vault. And we currently have 1,250. The current price for Zytaffy. Press the wrong button. Don't be me. Don't press the wrong button. You'll feel silly. Zytaffy. Zytaffy is 1 silver, 9 copper. So, I believe it takes 1,000 to make a Jawbreaker, which means Jawbreaker should be going for 10.9 gold. So right now, it's better to sell your Zytaffy and then buy a Jawbreaker. Because I think it's 1,000. I'm pretty sure it's 1,000. Let's find out.
I will be responsible for what I do.
I can see my house from here. I make that joke every single stream. Let's see. It is 1,000. So it makes sense right now. If you need Jawbreakers to not to buy them, but not to buy them from. No, that's Def Lahar. He's got the recipes. The totems. Those would be pretty good. And also these. So I'm probably going to want to buy all of these. Because I didn't buy them last year. I don't know why. Seems like the sort of thing I would have done. I guess I never did. But if you were going to need Jawbreakers, it seems like it's cheaper to buy Jawbreakers with gold and sell your Zytaffy rather than convert the Zytaffy into Jawbreakers, which is a little surprising.
I'll be on my way.
Is it this one?
This is a bad time to travel.
Trying to remember. It's not Drubert. Drubert just wants freebies. Drubert is nothing but a moocher. He wants money for nothing and his chicks for free. That's a song reference, guys.
I'll be on my way.
Did we get any new stuff in here? Gladly pay you Tuesday for some Zytaffy today, except he won't pay you. He'll probably tell you that he'll pay you. I see, cosmetically, I like that. But it is just kind of plain, and I have to admit, I like the cooler looking stuff. Like that, you know, it's not incredible, but he is cute, certainly. Yeah, he goes home and rolls around in Zytaffy.
I figured we'd talk eventually.
Now we're talking. Sacred Raven's Chest. You can buy one more per account per week. And let's see. I don't remember what the Raven's weapons look like. They're nice, but again, nothing special. I do tend to prefer the flashier stuff. What can I say? I'm a hoe for the flashy stuff. Now, this is flashier, but I actually kind of liked the other better. And the dragon render? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. For weapons, I tend to like the flashier stuff, but for the armor and stuff, I tend to like the things and dye them a little bit more sedately. I mean, that might seem strange given what I'm currently wearing.
Goodbye.
But I mean, compared with what a lot of people wear, that is conservative.
I figured we'd talk eventually.
All right, where is the vendor where we buy the potions? Mesmer is obligated to be at least a little colorful. Yeah, I do like to actually have him. Most of my Mesmers are intentionally going for a, oh look, if you stare at me long enough, you'll have a petite mal seizure. Is this the guy you can buy? Yeah, there's the guy you buy Jawbreakers from for 1,000. So right now, you're better off selling your Zytaffy, for sure. Is this the one that gives you the bird head? Yeah. Weird obligation to make your characters fashion colors refelt to their class colors. No, I can understand that. Generally speaking, for instance, my Mesmers, I choose pinks and greens. A lot of times kind of clashing, meant to be flashy and, like I said, you know, hypnotic or at least scintillant. Holographic dragon cuisses. Holographic dragon plate to go with the cuisses. Dragon greaves, dragon shoulders. I think I've got the dragon shoulders. No, I have them in the bank, so I do have them. But the gloves I do not have. Nor the helm. Nor do I have enough. I currently have 4 Jawbreakers in the bank. The minis. As much as I like minis, I just couldn't see myself dropping the equivalent of 70 gold to get a mini Destroyer of the Last King, for example. Even though he's actually... Why is he not a mount? take my goddamn money for that as a mount. I don't even know who the Destroyer of the Last King is, but goddamn, that thing's awesome. You know, really, 175 equivalent gold for the Moa racer with the dragon hat. The mini Destroyer of the Last King. Wow. Yeah, give me that as a mount and I'm sold. Seriously. I don't even know who it is. I'll have to look it up. Me wanty bad. Yep, so here's the Jawbreaker. Commemorative Dragon Pinata. Gives you a new gathering node for Zytaffy, I presume, right? I presume that's what it is. So that is 10,000 Zytaffy. 365 days in a year. We'll round that to 333. 10,000 divided by 333 is what? 30? Does it give you 30 Zytaffy a day? Because that would be about 10,000 Zytaffy worth. Good evening. Welcome. So if it gives you 30 a day, it would pay for itself in a year if you hit it every single day. I doubt it gives you 30. Moment of silence, please, for the dead from the war against the Elder Dragons. Woohoo! We killed him! Sing of Sammy the Elder Pinata, which is like 4 to 6. Yeah, that would be my expectation. Is that if it's going to pay for itself, you better have multiple accounts that are farming it like crazy. It's Canute. Hey, sometimes you feel like Canute. Sometimes you don't. Almond Joy has Canutes. Mounds don't.
Well, let's get on with the tour. There are many things to see and all the time to see. Welcome to the Dragon Back.
Thanks, Canute. Sometimes that name is spelled Canute, which would be easier to pronounce as Canute. It was a joke, kick in the canuts. You are exactly correct. You got to be kind of an old guy. I don't know, when was the last time they did the sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't commercials. I don't watch much TV anymore, so I don't see many commercials. More piñatas. Yeah, been a while. Given the price of candy bars these days, I don't even want to think. How much is a candy bar these days? A couple of bucks? That's true. They are less than preferable. It's the coconut. Nobody really likes the coconut in their chocolates. Except, obviously, psychos. Any psychos in chat? In which case, I was just joking. Don't hunt me down. It was a joke. Juke, that figure. Well, it's probably a Canadian thing. So, you know, there's no native coconut production. So, to a Canadian, it's kind of an exotic food substance. So it makes sense.
You must
Never liked. Funny thing is, I love like coconut milk in a curry is incredible. It's the chewy, seemingly indigestible nature of actual like little strips of coconut. It's not the flavor, it's that texture. It's a texture thing for me. Exactly. Dark Machinist and I both agree. Pulp for an OJ. Yeah, I think we talked about the OJ pulp previously. That I've always hated. I love fresh orange juice and I hate pulp. I don't want to chew my drink. I want to drink my drink. Well, we have successfulully completed a bunch of stuff for the festival. We have gotten our Keyfarm done. It's not particularly auspicious in the outcome of the goodies. Could have been worse. But I think I'm going to call it here for the evening. I would like to thank all of you for hanging out. Yes, even you. Yeah, even you. I should be back at it tomorrow again. You do enjoy pulp OJ, but it grosses you out now. Yeah, me, I've never liked the little bits of the floaty bits just don't work for me. I will be back tomorrow, most likely, at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand, with more Guild Wars 2. After all, we've got the big announcement on Friday. So I'm in the mood to play more Guild Wars 2. I'll try to come up with some outrageous lies about what I think it'll be. I have to take some notes and come up with some absolute monster raving loony bullshit guesses about what's coming. The Guild Wars 2 MOBA. But that's the plan for tomorrow. And then Friday, either I'll be back at the usual time, 5 p.m. Blah, 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 blah. Well, that's almost certainly going to be the case anyway. But I might also do a co-stream of the actual announcements from the Summerfest. Don't know what I'll be doing. All tied up going into the 4th. Guild Wars Cart. Beetles Unleashed. Very nice. War Beetles. War Beetles Unleashed. You were close. War Beetles Unleashed. You've got guns in your beetles, and it's either a battle royale or maybe an extraction shooter. Either one works. I'm back tomorrow. Again, guys, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you will see me soon. I hope the rest of your Wednesday, or possibly Thursday morning, goes great. I hope your weekend gets you quickly into your week gets you quickly either into your weekend or your Friday evening or your Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific when we get the big Guild Wars 2 reveal eventually some point in the 2 or 3 hours after that for the Summer Games Fest thing. Anyway, that's going to do it for now. Take care. Hopefully you'll see me soon, and ciao for now. Bye, guys.